Hi guys, welcome back and welcome to day 2 of your Coach Basics training. Today we're going to get into a topic that I'm super passionate about, and that's why we're talking about it on day 2, because I think it's important to getting your habits again started right off the bat. So we want to start running our business so we do not let our business run us. The one piece of advice I'm going to give you guys is do not get sucked into Facebook land and notification land. I mean, up until now, most of you have probably not run a business on Facebook. You've just used it for personal and keeping in touch with people, seeing everyone's pictures and what everyone has been up to. So running a business on Facebook or any social media platform, really for that matter, is different altogether. So you definitely don't want to get stuck into notification land, because that's going to be all of a sudden you've wasted a half a day and you haven't moved your business forward at all or engaged in those activities. So we're really going to talk about breaking that down today. So before we talk about what those activities are, first things first, let's determine what your schedule is actually going to be. It does no good for you guys to hear how I run my business or how anybody on Team Aloha runs their business, because this business really, the beauty of it is it's going to fit into your life. So we need to structure this around what is going on currently in your life. May that change? Sure. Maybe not for a while, fine. So let's get it in place so you know exactly what you need to be doing and when you want to be doing it. If you try to keep up with every single notification as it comes in, you're going to feel like you never have time to do this. I've had a lot of new coaches say to me, I don't have enough time for this. I thought you said I could do this in an hour and I'm overwhelmed. And I will notice some of those same coaches as I am on Facebook working. You can see them pop up in the bottom, whether or not you open them or not. And I will see them immediately liking and posting on every single comment that is posted in a challenge group. And you know what? If I ran my business that way, I wouldn't have time either. And I didn't. I ran my business that way for a long time, you guys, and that's why I can talk to you about this today. I have been doing this full time since last January. Yeah, I think it all kinds of blends in now. But since last January, and I was working full time. So I was working, 8 or 9 hours and moving my business forward, but feeling chaotic and feeling stressed, and there was no start time and no end time. So even when I closed my computer for the day, I was still on Facebook while we were out to dinner, or I was still getting texts, or I was still getting emails, things like that. So now I have learned recently, I attended a training that changed my life. I learned the habits that I need to break down in each of these categories. So I am working way less hours, but being way more productive. So that is my goal to teach to you guys. There are coaches that are, full-time workers. They have kids. Some of these coaches, top coach last year, Wayne Wyatt, I think he has 6 or 7 kids, and he has his own orthodontic practice. A lot of coaches have full-time jobs. They have families. They have obligations. And you can start this business literally by working 1 hour a day, a power hour. As long as you are focused during that power hour, it's an uninterrupted power hour. There's no reason you can't do that, but you have to. If you're chasing notifications in that hour, you're not going to do anything to move your business forward. So first things first, we need to determine your schedule first. So I want you to sit down, print out a calendar online. You can print them out anywhere for free, or use a planner, anything. I don't care. I want it to be visual so you can see it. And I want you to get down on paper what all of your current obligations are that you know about. Sure, there's going to be that element of life that comes up that's going to happen no matter what, but get your current work schedule down on paper. If you're involved in any clubs or organizations, or you golf once a week, you take your mom out to dinner once a week, you have kids and they are in soccer or Girl Scouts, or a lot of times those schedules. So whatever you know about, put it down on paper. So from there, we can start to see how much time you have and you want to devote to your business. And then from there, we're going to break down the activities that you can do within those times. Now, if you start putting your schedule out on paper and you come to me and say, Heather, I think I have about an hour 2 or 3 times a week, or I have 30 minutes a day. I'm going to be completely honest with you. To be really successful with this business, I don't personally feel you can do it for less than an hour a day because you need to be consistent. So that to me is the minimum you need to work. Maybe it's not the right time for you. Maybe you're like, hey, I have more to put in. Hey, the more time that you put into this, the faster you're going to get to where you want to go. So you invest as much time as you can or as you want to. And as long as you're doing and engaging in these activities, then you guys are going to be fine. So here's an example of what I used to do when I was living in Facebook notification land. I'd be in Facebook, and as soon as someone would send me a message or someone would post in a challenge group, I'd see the notification come up. I was available at all times to answer questions, to address concerns, to give someone a high five for doing their workout. And you know what? It's just not productive. You're not going to move your business forward doing that. Yes, you need to do that every day, but we need to designate times within your schedule to complete these activities. So I'm going to give you a really easy way to break it down. It's an acronym that I just learned from Leanne Ruff, who is the creator of the original Coach Basics. So she is the top trainer at Beachbody, and she did a training call for us last week in a group I'm in. So the acronym is RSVP. And now this is going to evolve a little bit as you become more comfortable in your coaching responsibilities and as you grow. But as a new coach, I'm going to tell you kind of how to tailor this so it works for what you're doing. So every day you're going to split up how much time that you have decided to work, whether it's an hour, whether it's 2, however you have decided it, we're going to split this time up equally. So every morning, the first thing that I do is I go into my groups and I respond. I see what's going on. I do my daily post in the groups. A lot of times now Sunday, I'm using Hootsuite, Hootsuite, to schedule my posts for the week. So it frees myself up. It takes a lot of time on Sunday, but it frees my whole week up to really devote time to things I'd rather be doing than scheduling, posting on social media 3 to 5 times a day. So a lot of times I will schedule some of the posts there, but I check into my groups, and then once I've checked into my groups for the day and I've gotten all caught up, I don't go back into my groups. That activity time is over, done with. So people can post in the groups the rest of the day. I will see what they have posted the next day when I have allowed time for that specific activity. So let's get into what RSVP is. The R stands for recruiting. So every day it's really important to be reaching out to new people, to be starting new conversations, to be sending out personalized invitations. We're going to talk a little bit more about inviting tomorrow, and we're going to actually come up with your first invite. So we're going to talk a little bit more about that tomorrow, but this is a big part of your business. You can't just post on social media and expect people to reach out to you and that's how you're going to fill all your challenge groups and find all your coaches. A very small percentage of what you post on social media do your friends and your friends list see, probably 10 to 20%, and that's above the people that are online at that time when you post it. So recruiting is a very important part of your business. Initially, it might be recruiting old friends to a new conversation just to see what's been going on. But recruiting to challenge groups, recruiting referrals, testimonials, recruiting people to try Shakeology, recruiting for people to hear about the coaching opportunity. Again, these are all going to be things that we teach you how to do, but that's an important step each and every day for your business. Reach out to new people, start conversations, invite them to see what you're doing. So the S in the RSVP is going to stand for sales. This is a business of follow-up, guys. I promise you. It's a very emotional business. People's emotions change from day to day. One day they're all hyped up and ready to go, and they're on board 150%. And then the next day, maybe they had a really stressful day at work and went on a binge, and you don't hear from them. So, people's lives change, people's situations change. So following up is really important, especially in a day where people are just so busy. They might forget that you've contacted them. So I follow up with people daily. I keep a list going so I know exactly who I'm talking to, where I'm at in the conversation, and I'm gonna share that list with you guys, and we're gonna talk about contact management later on down the road. But Following up with people that you have conversations going with is a huge part of your business. So that's going to be the sales, the sales that you're trying to complete, the sales that you're trying to finalize, the sales that you're trying to start. So that's the S. So now we're recruiting, we're following up on the conversations and the sales talks that we have going. The V stands for very new people. And you're not going to have very many of these when you first get started. So this is going to be one too where you're going to come up with some extra time, and we're going to talk about the extra time in the P. But very new people, I don't care if you have one challenger, or I don't care if you have one new coach. Those are still your very new people, and those are your very important people, because those are the people that are helping you start your business right now. So especially for challengers, I follow up with my challengers once a week, maybe twice a week if you see they're really struggling, sending them some words of encouragement, reaching out and seeing what they need for additional support. Don't always text, don't always email, get on the phone, do some face-to-face. If you want to do a Zoom, you can schedule a Zoom. I do a lot of Zoom with my coaches one-on-one. Even voice-to-voice, get on the phone. I mean, it just helps. It helps to, build that trust, to strengthen that relationship, and it shows them that you care. So, reaching out, seeing what they need. If there's anything they need support with, same thing for your new coaches. Stay connected with where they're at in their journey. So like I said, if you have one person, you're obviously, you're not going to be following up with them every day. So how do you feel today? What about today? How about now? So, you figure it out. Figure out what you want your schedule to be. Obviously, originally, you're going to have a lot of time in this V area. So now we're to the P. So P is going to, right now, initially is going to stand for personal development. Ultimately, as you kind of transition and you get some more people coming on and you get farther along in your coaching journey, it's going to stand for performers. Now, performers are not just people that are making a ton of Success Club points and making you a lot of money or making volume. Performers are people that are setting goals, no matter how big or how small. They're showing you that they're engaged in the process, they're following instructions, they're being teachable, and they're working towards those goals. So whether, big or small, those are the people that you want to spend the time with, because they are the ones that are helping you build your business. So those people that are showing you they're ready to go, they're asking you a lot of questions, those are the people you want to make sure you spend time with in your business every single day. So that could be a challenger asking a lot of questions. It could be a new coach. It could be, whatever. Make sure they have what they need. So again, initially as a new coach, you're not going to have a lot probably in this category. And that's why we make the P personal development. And this is a new coach. Whatever free time you have, this is where I highly recommend you spend all of your free time. Now, eventually it's going to get into personal development, meaning more reading business materials or learning how to become a leader or, things like that. Initially, right now, focus it all on your training. So whether it's training in this group, whether it's going through the back office, and I mean, get back there, you guys, and dissect that back office. Go through every tab, see what's available to you. One of my biggest resources and tools of education is YouTube. I go back there and watch videos from top coaches all the time. Find the ones that you connect with and start learning from them. Start exploring. Start getting curious. So that is where you are going to spend the bulk of your time. So that is how I want you to break up your day. So if that's an hour, then you divide 15 minutes for each of these activities. And if you have extra time in the evening, the more personal development you guys, the more you guys learn, the more you guys grow, the easier this is going to be and the bigger your business is going to get. So spend all your time in that area. So that is your big homework for tonight. It may not get done tonight. This may be something that might take you the rest of the week, but as soon as you have that schedule done, I want you to share it with us. So I'm going to share with you what mine is. I'm going to show you how I use mine. Right now I'm using Google Calendar. And the only reason I'm using Google Calendar right now is because, it syncs with my phone and everything like that. It's blacking out the rest of my schedule, but if you guys could see it, let me see if I can go to even next week. Anyway, if you guys could see it, here's next week. Okay, so I have it color-coded, so I can look at this, and obviously this one's pretty blank. I haven't added in any of my phone calls yet or anything like that, but usually you'll see my phone calls here too. But so I can look at this. I have this up and running as I'm doing my work, and as I'm going, I know what I'm supposed to be doing. And you know what? If someone's messaging me and it's not that time to respond, then I don't respond. I mean, the last thing you want to do is create a sense of urgency within your customers and your clients. I mean, you know, I let them know I'll get back to you and it'll be within 24 hours. But if I have a lot of questions and it's time for me to be working on training or working on recruiting or sales, I'm not answering those questions. I'll answer them when I have it built into my schedule the next time. The last thing you want is your customers and coaches thinking you're available all the time, because you're not. You're running a business. Have an open time, have a close time, and help them once they come on, help to explain that to them, that this is, you know, I'll let you know, or, you know, this is my schedule. You can even share your schedule with people if you want. But anyway, you guys, that is the homework. Whenever you figure out how you want to track, whether it's on your phone, it could be a planner. There are a lot of contact management systems out there. Figure out what you connect with. But the sooner you guys start working from a schedule, the more productive you will become. So please, whenever you have it, please post it below in the thread so we can see the schedule you're working from. And of course, let me know if you have any questions. This is the day that your business officially opens once you get that open and closing schedule set. So I look forward to seeing what you guys come up with, and this is going to help you guys tremendously in feeling less overwhelmed. So see you guys tomorrow.